In the deep, dark forest, where the leaves rustled underfoot and the branches leaned in the darkness, stood a solitary house. This house was forgotten by the world, lost in the dense thicket where sunlight barely penetrated through the thick foliage. Its walls were covered in moss, windows boarded up with wooden planks, and the roof, like a beast's maw, opened its torn jaws towards the heavens. Legend had it that this house was cursed. Old inhabitants told tales of a family that once lived there, disappearing without a trace. Since then, the house became a place avoided even by the bravest of travelers. One chilly autumn evening, a group of friends ventured into the forest in search of adventure. They paid no heed to the warnings of the locals, eager for adrenaline and captivating stories. Approaching the house in the woods, they felt the moist forest air grow even colder and denser. Strange sounds of the forest seemed like whispers of warning, but they ignored them, getting closer to the abandoned house. As they entered, the air became heavier, as if the house absorbed all the ominous energy of the forest. The walls creaked, as if the voices of those who once lived here were trying to convey their stories. But the most terrifying moment came when one of the friends, who hadn't watched their step, found an old diary abandoned in a corner of the room. It contained writings of the previous inhabitants, tales of despair and madness, buried in ink stains. As they read these entries, the walls began to tremble as if from a storm, and inside the house, there were whispers and moans. They realized they were not alone in this house, that it was permeated with evil and suffering. Gathering their last shreds of courage, they ran out of the house, but the air in the forest seemed even heavier, as if it held them back, not letting them go. And only when they left the boundaries of the forest did they feel the weight of the house linger behind them. Since then, they never dared to return to that abandoned house in the woods, but each of them left a part of their fear and anxiety there, in its dark corners, where time seemed frozen and mystery seeped through the cracks of its forgotten walls.